Well, Whitehurst sustained over 15 stab. One stab wound was inflicted with such force, the tip of the knife broke off in her skull. Little Al-Jahan sustained over 12 stab wounds. You plunged the knife so hard and so deep through this young boy's back that it exited through his chest.
Children and a woman are dead following a stabbing in Newark, New Jersey yesterday afternoon. Police are investigating the stabbing but have released the name and photo of a person of interest, 26-year-old Jeremy Arrington. They are looking for that man. 6 victims suffered stab wounds overall, including an 8-year-old girl, 12-year-old boy, and a 23-year-old woman.
Breaking news tonight involving the murders of a woman and 2 children in New Jersey. A person of interest is in custody after an intense 30-minute standoff with police. CBS 2's Hazel Sanchez is in Newark with more on our breaking news.
Police had been searching for Jeremy Arrington for just more than a day when they found him holed up on the 2nd floor of this house right here, directly across the street from his own home. Dozens of SWAT team members were at the ready outside a home on Pomona Avenue and Aldine Street in Newark after learning the man police were looking for in a triple fatal stabbing. Jeremy Arrington was barricaded inside. Jamal Littles lives across the street.
We heard, like, don't shoot, don't shoot. Yeah.
Within a couple of hours, police apprehended the 26-year-old person of interest without incident. City officials say he was wanted for a prior crime last month, but police are still not calling Arrington a suspect in Saturday's stabbings.
I'm just happy they got him off the streets.
Mourners overwhelmed with sadness and disbelief have been contributing to a memorial on Hedden Terrace in Newark, where 11-year-old Al-Jahan Whitehurst and his 8-year-old sister Ariel Whitehurst and 23-year-old Syasia McBurrows were viciously stabbed to death. The dead children's mother and 13-year-old twins remain hospitalized tonight. Local leaders holding a prayer vigil near the crime scene at Zion Baptist Church called for an end to the senseless violence.
But this is a wake-up call, not just to the South Road, but the whole entire community.
People who live in this neighborhood tell me they had seen Arrington in this neighborhood quite a few times before. They believe his relatives live in this house. As for the 3 surviving victims, we are told they are in critical but stable condition at University Hospital in Newark. Hazel Sanchez.
Balloons and stuffed animals is growing on Hedden Terrace in Newark, where 11-year-old Al-Jahan Whitehurst, his 8-year-old sister Ariel, and 23-year-old Syasia McBurrows were viciously stabbed to death.
Our block is quiet because I know everybody feel the, heartache and pain.
Cedric Chambers used to see the kids on his walk to the bus stop.
I won't be seeing them no more. It's sad. They used to have cookouts there and stuff like that. You'll see the kids out there playing and everything. Now, that's not going to happen no more.
He is relieved a suspect is in custody after a day of searching. This was the scene last night. Dozens of SWAT team members swarmed a home on Pomona Avenue and Aldine Street in Newark after learning the man police were looking for in the triple fatal stabbing, Jeremy Arrington, was barricaded inside. Jamal Littles lives across the street.
He was on the 2nd floor, and I think he threw like a bat or a pipe or something out the window, and we heard, like, don't shoot, don't shoot.
Within a couple of hours, police apprehended the 26-year-old person of interest without incident. City officials say Arrington was wanted for a prior crime last month and is now a suspect in this weekend's rampage.
That's amazing. I mean, with everything that's going on in the city, I mean, I'm just happy they got him off the streets.
Local leaders holding a prayer vigil near the crime scene at Zion Baptist Church called for an end to the senseless violence.
But this is a wake-up call, not just to the South Road, but the whole entire community.
We are just minutes away from a press conference with the Essex County prosecutor where we are expected to hear more information on that suspect, Jeremy Arrington. Again, he is in custody. We're live in
New Jersey courtroom today. The judge called it the worst murder case he's ever seen in Essex County history. A man was sentenced to 375 years in prison for murdering 3 people, including 2 children and a woman. And News 4's Erica Byfield was there in Newark for this sentencing and also the emotional message from that victim's family.
When you tied my daughter up, you tied me up. When you put her in that room, that was me. When you shot her in her head, you shot me.
Grief and emotion shook the Essex County Courthouse Friday when distraught family members shrieked.
Ah! Oh, God, excuse me. Oh, God, I love them kids.
Finally getting their chance to confront a triple murderer, Jeremy Arrington. A jury convicted him of the 2016 crime. In November of that year, he took his rage about a Facebook comment out on 9 people, tying them up, torturing them, stabbing 6 of them more than 10 times each. 7-year-old Ariel Whitehurst, her 11-year-old brother, Aljahan Whitehurst, and 23-year-old Sayasia McBurrows were all killed.
House of Horrors, a slaughterhouse that you were responsible for.
The judge called the crime the worst murder in county history. A survivor of the rampage spoke today.
The fact that he's even breathing makes me sick. Sick to my stomach. I hope you rot in hell.
When he finally got a chance to speak, Arrington apologized.
I'm sorry, and I hope and pray this situation never happens to you again or no one else. I'm sorry.
The family's unmoved like the judge, who then gave Arrington a sentence that'll ensure he never gets out.
You were hereby committed to the Commissioner of Department of Corrections for a term of life imprisonment.
In all, he got 375 years, and he has to do 281 years before he's eligible for parole.